Well, I'm pleased with a number of things. Obviously, the win, that's why we play the game. I'm pleased with the conditioning of our football team. You know, you get challenged on the road, certainly, against Power 5 teams. First road game for us, but you don't expect it to be over 100 degrees on the field as well against an up-tempo team. So that challenge in terms of your conditioning and your football team and its ability to handle that, that to me is very satisfying because you know that you've prepared your football team. You know, when they kick it off, you know, a lot of my work is done. You know, the kids got to go play. So I was really pleased with the preparation during the week, how we prepared the team leading up to this game. And then, you know, obviously we made a big decision to go with Ian Book in the game. And so, you know, I didn't sleep great last night because that's a pretty big decision to make when you're 3-0 and your quarterback that was leading your football team was, you know, 13-3 as a starter. So, but had a lot of confidence in Ian, and I thought our offense played to the level that I thought it was capable of. That certainly showed itself today. So those are kind of my thoughts. You know, the preparation, the conditions, playing Wake Forest on the road, first road game, making a big decision on the quarterback. Those are kind of my thoughts, and certainly the overriding thought being a win today. So with that, questions?
What about, Brian, in terms of your defense? You ended up holding them under 400 yards, but it was more like under 300 when the game was so.
Yeah, and we made some tactical decisions, as you know, to take some things away. 3 is a game wrecker, and we doubled them the whole game, inside, outside, and so you're going to have some issues. The quarterback run, you know, caused us some problems, but we were willing to give some things up to take some things away. I thought we were relentless up front. We were physical. Every time they threw the ball, there was pressure on the quarterback. It's a difficult offense to defend in its entirety, but I thought that we were smart in what we gave them, if you will, and what we took away.
Coach, you said tactical decisions on defense. It looked like you guys were playing the mesh. They do a unique mesh. Was it kind of like, it almost looked like you were treating like triple option, like you had a linebacker shooting the back and somebody else attacking the quarterback. Was that it?
Yeah, we had a plan. We felt like last year we did some things that we didn't want to do again. So we had a different plan to attack that. It's a very deliberate offense, much more deliberate than most relative to how they play that. So you're absolutely right. We had a plan in terms of what we thought would work best against it. They're going to run for a little bit more, but we didn't want the bang eights. We did not want the seam passes. We were not going to give up big plays. They were going to grind it if they were going to score.
Can you walk us through the process to get to Ian today? Ian was in here. He mentioned, like, on Monday he felt like something might be a little bit different, but at that point he didn't really know for sure.
Yeah, we accelerated the reps, but he didn't know for sure until later in the week. He probably didn't get a really good sense until Thursday. We started to up his reps, but Brandon got a lot of the first team reps too. I would say that he probably started to get a sense later in the week that he was probably going to, if not start, play quite a bit.
You've been doing this for a long time. Have you ever made a quarterback change when you're undefeated by choice?
No.
And ultimately, like, what was the feeling that got you to that point?
We have a good football team, and the residuals of effect of it was wearing on our defense. We weren't playing well enough. Look, I'll start with the end in mind first. The end in mind is that we needed to win, but we weren't winning at a level that was going to allow us to continue to win. We were putting too much stress on other parts of the operation, in particular the defense. We played 97 snaps against Ball State. It was it was going to break. So it needed to get fixed now. And it had nothing to do with Brandon in particular as much as how the offense needed to be much more effective. and that's it.
After watching what you watched today, do you look back and think, we should have done this sooner, or was it, you just feel like Brandon was the guy we needed against Michigan because of Michigan's defense?
We needed Brandon against Michigan because of Michigan's defense, first and foremost. So the whole offseason was focused on Brandon beating Michigan. Number two, Jafar Armstrong and Tony Jones were not ready, okay? Kevin Austin wasn't ready. Our leading receiver, I think, had 9 receptions, coming in. This offense was not mature enough going into the Michigan game. The playmaker on our offense was Brandon Wimbush. It needed to center around him to beat Michigan. And then the next 2 weeks, those kids needed to mature. And then we needed to make this decision that we did relative to the quarterback position.
Brian, how much better is Ian Book than he was, let's say, in the Citrus Bowl, and what areas have you seen him advancing?
Well, certainly physicality is probably the thing that would jump out at me, somebody that's around him every single day. He's stronger, he's faster. Those things maybe don't hit you guys as quickly as they hit me. He sticks his foot in the ground, he's gone. I mean, he zone reads a couple down here in the red zone. He's pretty good. I mean, he smells the goal line and he finds it. He scrambles, he's picking up first downs. He's a guy that you have to count for in the run game as well. I don't think that was necessarily the case maybe last year. So that's physicality development. And then just another year in the system has sharpened his progression reads and things of that nature.
And then how much did your offensive menu expand today?
Well, I think it's where we have wanted it to go and grow. The balance necessary of run and pass is where ultimately this offense has been. I brought Chip in to run a balanced run-pass offense, and you saw what it should look like today.
He seemed to be able to press not only multiple buttons, but press them quickly, decisively. I mean, they're playing tempo. You're playing tempo too.
I think we beat them in tempo today. Yeah, and that is the ability to have all those things at your disposal, without question.
Coach, you mentioned Jafar and Tony weren't ready early in the season. Over the last
They were
couple of
not.
weeks, we've seen them get involved in not just the running game. Jafar ran really well today. Tony had a runner last week. But the pass game, I think he had 6 completions to the backs, checkdowns, and then
Yeah.
an arrow route to Tony. How quickly, I mean, it looks like they've kind of grown. Even today, like Jafar, we're seeing him lower shoulder and a better pad level. How much have they matured in 4 games?
Yeah, they just needed reps, real live reps. I tried to go as much live as I could, but that's hard to duplicate even in camp, because our guys don't even want to take them on at the level that you want to. So they needed game reps. They needed these games to really find themselves. Now they know they can lower their shoulder and run through players. They still have to pick their feet up and run through and make some more plays, but we just needed games offensively to find ourselves, and that's why I knew that this was the week that we needed to do this, because Ian needed that supporting cast that would best suit him.
I think for the first 3 games, there's been spots, offense, defense, special teams that have all played well at times, but not together. Today, you saw the offense kind of come out, not start as fast. Defense made big stops, and then the offense got hot, and then special teams. I mean, what does it say about your team when you're able to have kind of certain units have each other's back while others kind of get going?
Well, again, we were at week 3, and it didn't matter that what other people thought of the team, quite frankly. I thought we had a good team. We were going to be tested on the road, and then next week at home against Stanford, and then on the road against Virginia Tech. We needed to play with a sense of urgency. And so I felt the pieces were there to have a really good football team. And we needed to kick it in gear. So this was the week to kind of, all right, let's go. And we showed that with the right preparation, which we had a great week of preparation, and the kind of sense of urgency that we had lacked, we can be a really good team.
You said sense of urgency twice on defenses, or 3 times on defense this week. We saw the fumble, I think held to a field goal, right? And then the stop at the end of the first half, and then the stop at the end of the beginning of the third quarter. What does it say about your defense to kind of when they do have to have those money?
We haven't had them, quite honestly, where the whole team came together. So just before we went out, I told the team, I said, look, I think it was, they missed the field goal, so it was 28-13 at the half, is that correct? It was 28-13. I said, we've been here before. A la Vanderbilt, Ball State, whatever game, Michigan. And we haven't been able to put an opponent away. I said, listen, here's what we need. I want to kick this thing off and tackle 3, okay? Defense 3 and out, and we are taking this ball in to score. That's a sense of urgency. So that's how we're going to define who we are, and we did that. And so then they saw that, and we were able to feed off of that for the rest of the game.
How much do you suspect you'll learn the next 2 weeks since you bring up Stanford, Virginia Tech, those tests coming up?
One more time, I'm sorry.
How much do you suspect you can learn about this group with those tests coming up?
Well, I think that they learned about themselves, that if they prepare the right way, which they clearly understand how they need to prepare, because I think they had 1 week where they knew they didn't prepare the right way. And they play with that sense of urgency that they did today, that's going to put them in a great position to be successful. Who knows? I mean, you know, ball bounces the wrong way and, you know, we don't make a field goal, or who knows? It's football, right? It's a game. But they know that that's going to put them in a position to win every game they play.
8 games left, if you anticipate book remaining starter?
You know, we saw today that our offense has operated very well with Ian Book. But we also beat, I think, a top 10 team in Michigan. It would be absolutely foolish of me to sit here in front of you and go, we got 1 quarterback and 1 quarterback only. We've got 2 really good quarterbacks, and I'm going to reserve the right to decide each and every week who's the best guy for that week to win. And without being, you know, trying to trick or, you know, be guarded, we're going to play the guy that we think is going to help us win this game. This is a perfect game for Ian Book. It's quarters coverage. You know what you're going to get, and it's a perfect game for him. There's going to be some games that are going to be really suited for Wimbush, too. So we're going to use them both.
Thanks, guys.